Wow, I just almost proved why you don't hurry when you're trying to do a job like this. Back at the tractor again. Seems like I'm always moving snow. Good grief. I'm headed down the road to the neighbors, and the other day after we had some snow, I cleaned up everybody else's yard, except I never got to theirs. Sorry, it's bouncy. So the situation tonight is that it's evening. It's probably only about a half hour till sunset. And I do have lights, but I'd like to get this done before it gets dark. So I made the mistake. Probably, I'm gonna roll the dice on this and see how it works out, but I'm gonna do this driveway with the loader. I got that on, and I had the snowblower off the other day, and I just have been a little lazy, I guess, and haven't taken the time to put it back on. So there's a pretty good chance that I'm gonna regret that decision, and it probably would be faster just to put the snowblower back on than try to do this all with just a bucket. Wow, I just almost proved why you don't hurry when you're trying to do a job like this. Hopefully the camera caught that, but I almost just lost the bucket. I just put it on and drove away and forgot to put the pins in the bucket. So, almost lost the thing right out over the other side of that snowbank. That would have been fun to get out. So my technique here is to keep the bucket curled just a little bit down. The ground's frozen, very frozen underneath, so I don't have to worry about it digging in and cutting into the ground. I just need it to scrape as best I can. So if I had it curled up like this a little bit, it could tend to float, and I don't really dare have it just be flat. So I'm actually digging in a little bit, and it should scrape the ground and make kind of a nice surface underneath. If I can push it, it's quite a bit of snow here, so I'm actually spinning a little bit because it's icy underneath and a fair amount of snow. I don't think I'm going to get this done before dark. This may be a come back and finish it up tomorrow situation. We'll see. Tractor's struggling a lot more than I expected. Although you'll see, I think what's happened is where people have driven in the past, it's made 2 strips of ice, and that's where my tires are. So I'm trying to push this frozen snow that's been here for a while, and all I can get onto is ice. And I don't use chains on my tractor. I don't need them usually, and I operate on hot top for my own driveway. It's on asphalt, and it would tear my asphalt all to pieces. So I don't I just don't use them. A day like today, I kind of wish I did. I'm just kind of breaking this open with one pass through, and then I'm going to come back and I'll make a few more passes and widen it out. Pick this back up tomorrow. I did get in, so that's good. See, the road's open behind me, and I got the end opened up, as you saw. So that was a big start. But man, the inefficiencies of using the loader instead of the snowblower sure slow this process down. I probably could be done by now if I just put my snowblower on and come over. But the other thing is, this driveway hasn't had much done to it all winter, so there are some sticks and there's other debris along the whole road. I really don't like throwing that through the snowblower when I can't see what's down in there. All right, let's pick this up when there's more daylight. So it's not the next day. It's actually 2 days have gone by now. This driveway needs to be open in about an hour and a half. And so I was going to try to do this with the loader and just kind of experiment, but that's not going very well. I need to get this taken care of as soon as possible. So I'm going to do it right. I'm going to take a few minutes and I'm going to take the loader off and put the snowblower on. We're on a real race against the clock now. Yeah, it's almost 5 o'clock and it's February, so it still gets pretty dark here. I think this will be pretty quick work with the snowblower. What little bit I did yesterday or 2 days ago, I'll be able to clean up pretty quickly with this. There's not a lot of snow in there, as you saw anyway, but it's enough that it just kept rolling off the side of the loader for such a long driveway. It's not terribly long, but it's long enough that you just have to go over and over and over and over again. And I haven't even got to the parking area yet, but with the snowblower, I can do this in, maybe 10 passes. I'm guessing probably 10 passes. I can do most of it. So. I'm still in road gear. I usually run the tractor in B range. If you're familiar with the 3000 series, you have A, B, and C, and I very rarely use A for anything. Sometimes when I'm working around the lake, or if you're really getting into something heavy, I'll put it in A range, but it's rare. This tractor is 99% of its life it's in B, and it only goes into C range when I hit the road, which I was just on the road, obviously. I just hope that I don't pick up any pieces of wood or big sticks like I was worried about. this snow really froze up while I had left it here over the last 2 days. I left the windrows, or whatever you want to call them. It's the, where the snow spilled off the side of the loader. I left that, obviously. And, wow, it's frozen. Big old stick. That was close. Almost got it. So there are 2 passes. One in, one out. And the driveway's clean now, as you can see. That looks pretty good. This is some hard snow. It is packed in here. Very frozen. Boy, I learned a lesson. When I half did this driveway, everywhere I drove, packed the snow in, or left windrow marks, whatever you call it, would spill off the side of the loader. And then I left that for a couple of days, and it's been cold. It was 17 below Fahrenheit, minus 17 this morning. Fahrenheit, and so this is all frozen solid. I'm trying to, this snowblower has a nice scraping edge. I keep shoes on it because this driveway and everybody else's except for my own, I guess, all the driveways are gravel or stone or something, and I need to keep the shoes on the bottom of the blower or it will just dig in. But what I'm doing here is I can take the ridges that are frozen and run that cutting edge down the middle of the blower. Take the ridge down the middle of the snowblower, and it's scraping right in and digging it out. So this thing's working for it tonight. It says it's not a lot of snow, but it's very frozen. It's very packed and hard going. The other thing that's odd is this is a heavy tractor. It's it's 4,000 pounds. I would say as it sits, it's 4,000. But this snow the snow is so frozen that it just takes it and makes it go straight. So if you're familiar with a walk-behind blower, that's a pretty common issue. Is it's hard to steer a walk-behind blower in the snow because the edges of the machine just want to cut in through the snow and make it go straight. And usually, there's enough weight on this tractor that the front tires will go. And as I said earlier, I don't have chains on it. Definitely don't have any on the front. But it's struggling to turn. I actually have to lift the blower up a little bit and take the weight off. Take the weight off the blower, transfer it to the wheels, and then that's enough. Then it'll let it turn. So I'm not really handicapped in any way, but it's different than usual. It's really frozen. This is what you get. It's a teaching moment, right? This is what you get for not taking care of a driveway when you should, like I should have. Doesn't mind. It's chewing through it. We're getting it. I guess it doesn't really matter because probably enough cameras around here, they know exactly when I showed up to do this. So, oh well. It was before they got here. That's what matters. There's a wood pile. There's a wood pile right here. And I'm very nervous that there are pieces of wood that may have fallen or laying in under that snow. That would be a bad day. That would really cause a problem. So I'd say we're in good shape. This is pretty nice. It looks good. I've had it asked before if I run this at full RPM or if I idle it back a little bit. And I've always been in the mindset when the tractor's working that really something incredibly hard on a diesel is to lug it down, right? You want it, you know, people, it feels torquier, it feels impressive when they do it, but it's really not good for it to do that. So especially when snow blowing, you know, it's really pretty inefficient to run the tractor at a lower RPM because the fan in the blower, the actual blower fan, needs RPMs to be effective. And if it's not really its rated speed, it's not doing what it's rated to do, right? So I always run it up. When I'm snow blowing, you know, if I'm just driving the tractor around doing loader work, I might run it at 1800, 2000 RPM. It's just driving around. But if I'm running the PTO especially, and it's something that needs to be at a rated speed, you know, a wood chipper. We have a wood chipper. There's a wood chipper in the family that goes on this, that I can run on this tractor. That'll be a fun video. We should do that. But when the wood chipper's running, that thing needs full RPM to get that. You're familiar with wood chippers. It's a massive flywheel with blades on it, and that needs RPMs and momentum. And the snowblowers doesn't need the momentum, but it needs the RPM. So anyway, I run it at its rated. This tractor is 2600 RPM, and that's where it goes. That's just how I do it. I think that's the best for it. So we're headed back home now. It's done. It's only 5:15. So I think that took less than a half an hour to do the cleanup and what I would call the parking area of the house. And I kind of wanted to do a little challenge. I feel like that's a YouTube thing, right? Everybody wants to do some sort of challenge. And I think I failed at that. I failed at doing a challenge because I was impatient and I ran out of time. So it would have been a good experiment to do it with the loader and then compare it to the snowblower, but I'm not a very good challenge person, I guess. So I gave up and I just had to tackle it with the blower. I know that's efficient. That's really the best way to do it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little adventure I was on today and 2 days ago, and get that driveway cleaned up. So, all right, really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. We'll see ya.